Good morning, Nacogdoches, and welcome to our Easter at the Coliseum, the 21-day devotion countdown. My name is Pastor Noel, and today is day 19, Thursday, April the 6th. I invite you tonight to join us at 6 o'clock in our gym for a special time of prayer for our Easter at the Coliseum event. And tonight we're going to take, as the church, we're going to take the Lord's Supper and celebrate what Jesus has done for us. It'll last less than an hour. I hope you'll come out, join us 6 o'clock tonight in our CLC, in our gym tonight. Now, today, as I said, day 19, and our scripture focus is Matthew 26, verses 36 through 56. And so I hope you'll read that with me and then turn over to our devotion page and go through our 3-2-1 Easter prayer plan. I'll give you a quick overview. Here, we read of Jesus in the garden. This is what happens on the Thursday before Jesus' resurrection. So today really commemorates that. And so Jesus and his disciples are in the Garden of Gethsemane. I'm going to preach on the Garden of Gethsemane on Easter Sunday morning. And so they're there, and some very important things happen. And then we read about Judas's betrayal of Jesus as the soldiers come to the garden, and Judas points out Jesus, and then Jesus is arrested. Very important passage. A very important passage to help us prepare for Easter Sunday morning. Now, the one thing that most stood out to me here today is verse 56. Let me read it. It says, "But all this has happened so that the writings of the prophets would be fulfilled. Then all the disciples deserted Jesus and ran away." So when it's talking about prophecy fulfilled, it's talking about Judas betraying Jesus and Jesus being arrested. And that's something that had been prophesied, had been foretold earlier in Scripture. And so it was no surprise, shouldn't have been a surprise. And Jesus, just according to God's plan, was identified, betrayed, and arrested. But the last part of that verse says that when Jesus was arrested, all of the disciples deserted him. Now, I think that's interesting. While Jesus was with them, while things were going well, while Jesus was healing people, while Jesus was popular, while Jesus was doing miracles, they were all for Jesus. But now, all of a sudden, Jesus is arrested. It is difficult to follow Jesus. It might be embarrassing to follow Jesus. And what do? They abandon him. You know, there is a faith that follows Christ only when life is easy and good. I want to have, though, the faith that follows Christ even in the hard times. And the disciples eventually have that kind of faith. But here, when things got tough, they walked away. Let us be Christians who, when things get tough, we don't run away from Christ, but we run to Christ. I hope you'll join me tonight for our prayer time, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow as we continue these devotions.